Hey guys, it's Melanie. Welcome back to the very last weekly home fragrance roundup of 2024. I hope you all had a fantastic week. And for those that were celebrating the holidays this past week, I hope that your celebrations were filled with joy and happiness. We had a really great Christmas celebration here at our house. It was kind of quiet and laid back. We had my mom staying with us for most of this past week, and then we had some friends and family come through periodically, and it was a really lovely, quiet holiday. And I feel like the older I get, the more I appreciate just quiet times with my family. So anyway, let me know how your holiday celebrations were in the comments down below. But yeah, you guys, this is the last weekly home fragrance roundup of 2024. And I'm actually really happy to report that Alf showed up to work on time. He's here. Look at this. He's already falling asleep in my lap. So here's hoping that the snoring isn't too terribly loud. If this is one of your first videos here, Alf is obviously a dog. He's a pug. So if you have never owned one of these, flat-nosed breeds here, there's a lot of snoring. There's a lot of snorts. You might hear it in the background. And that's the free pug ASMR that Alf is continually blessing us with. Here on these Saturday videos especially. So if you are new and if this is your first weekly home fragrance roundup, definitely make sure you hit the subscribe button. There is lots more home fragrance content to come in the new year. And this weekly home fragrance roundup video series will definitely continue into next year. I love filming this video and it's always really fun to share Alf with you guys as well. So anyway, much to discuss from this past week. Obviously, most of the home fragrance was centered around, Christmas and holiday scents. So I'm very excited to share with you what I was burning this last week and how it was going. Before we get into it, however, usual disclaimer, check out the description box. There are a ton of links down there. I will put links to where you can purchase any of the candles that I'm showing today. There will be sales information for the candle companies that I tend to frequent the most myself. There are some discount codes down there specifically for HomeWorx and for Kringle. There's also some videos that are always linked that are home fragrance related that might be helpful. So for example, if I'm talking about candle crocks or candle lamps and you don't own either of those candle accessories and you are interested in them, there's a video that explains both crocks and lamps to you. It's called Candle Crock and Candle Lamp 101. There's also crocks and lamps that are fantastic quality linked down there as well. There's just a ton of information in the description box, and sometimes you might be able to find your answer down there maybe a little bit faster than I can potentially get back to you in the comments. I am a little bit backed up in terms of replying to comments. I've been reading everything as it's been coming in, but I haven't taken the time to sit down at my computer and reply to a lot of comments over the last several days. I've just really been trying to focus on spending time with my mom, my husband, and Stella, and just kind of trying to embrace the holiday season because it was obviously flying by. I don't know, is this the fastest Christmas of your life? I feel like it is flying. So anyway, yeah, check out that description box, tons of information down there. Before we get into talking about everything from this past week, I'm gonna do the usual tour of the downstairs and the upstairs in terms of what I have going on, what I'm burning, what I'm using in my crocks as well as my lamps. So let's go ahead and take that tour right now. We're gonna meet back here and we're gonna discuss everything else from this past week. So let's go ahead and get into the tour and then we'll meet back here. Burning here in the entryway is Kringle Christmas Stroll. I have actually been burning the heck out of this candle this week because it was brand new on, I think this past Sunday was the first time that I lit it. And as you can see, I'm down to here and I'm actually filming this video on Friday. So yeah, this has just been going all week long, basically nonstop, and it is such a great holiday tree fragrance. If you're thinking about some things to put onto your list for Christmas 2025, I would say that Christmas Stroll is one of the fragrances that is absolutely worth picking up. This year they did not come back out with this beautiful mercury glass style collection again, but hopefully they will consider doing this particular packaging again next year. I just think it is probably one of their most beautiful jar designs, and also just this really fresh, beautiful outdoorsy tree scent. It couldn't be more perfect. So anyway, really enjoyed this one this past week, and you'll be seeing it in my empties next week. Welcome to my kitchen island. I obviously have 2 candles that are burning here right now. They're actually 2 quite potent fragrances. I have no idea why I have these both lit at the same time, but I tell you what, it is basically kind of taking over the bulk of the downstairs. I think I can definitely extinguish one of these. Okay, so to the left, we have the Elton John collaboration with Slatkin & Co. in the fragrance Woodside Holiday Traditions. Obviously, I have this in the ceramic here. My ceramic is customized. I originally ordered the green, but the finish was kind of messed up on mine. So I have no problem at all customizing any like either home fragrance or decor pieces that I bring into my home. So I just spray painted it, one of my favorite rose golds, and yeah, I love it. Looks fantastic. I will say, in terms of the last burn that I have going here on this Woodside Holiday Traditions, I did lose a wick this morning. After it fully pulled out for whatever reason, the wick on one side, actually the side that's closest to us here, keeled over. I'll give you guys just a quick overhead shot so you can see that she is missing a wick there. By the way, that discoloration that you see is not from the candle at all. It is just some imperfections in the bottom of the ceramic there. It has nothing to do with the wax or the wicks or anything like that. So yeah, I've really enjoyed this particular fragrance, and other than losing that wick on the last burn here, I've had no issues with this fragrance at all. And honestly, I would really like to have this stick around for next holiday season. I'm not going to be buying another one right now to hang on to, because I'll have to hang on to it basically until November, which is when I would start burning this one again. And I don't want to store candles that way anymore. So I'll just keep my fingers crossed that Harry brings it back next holiday season. But this particular fragrance is very close to the Nest Holiday scent. So if you are a fan of Nest Holiday, you're going to be a fan of this Woodside Holiday Traditions. Now, to the right, I have another very potent candle going. This is Bath & Body Works Sweet Cranberry Pie. This one I have had in my possession for a couple of years now, and this really is the perfect example of like a candle that has a really intense strength and throw, but it's not always a good thing. I know most of us definitely want fragrances that like smack us in the face, but this fragrance, which again has been sitting in my collection for a couple of years now, has intensified to the point where it's like a 9 in terms of strength and throw. It is really, really intense. And if I leave it lit for more than 2 hours, like it becomes so overwhelming that it's borderline headache inducing to me. So while I love the scent so much because I'm a huge fan of cranberry, the potency of this one is just overwhelming. So it really does remind me that, like, you know, while someone out there would probably be like, yes, I want that to be like a 9 out of 10, like I don't. And there's also a lot of other people who are totally okay with candles that have a slightly lighter strength and throw to them. So I'm going to try to be a little bit less judgmental in 2025 when a candle doesn't like suit my own unique strength and throw needs, because there's someone out there who that particular fragrance is going to be perfect for. But this one here, while I love it so much, I'm really having to enjoy it in like small increments because it's just, it has become totally overwhelming to my nose. So Anyway, let me know if you still have a sweet cranberry pie in your collection, and let me know if you decided to light it up this last holiday season. Has yours appreciated in strength and throw over the years that it's been sitting in your collection? Like, I am blown away by how strong this candle is. But anyway, let's move on and see what is going in my crocks and underneath my lamps. We are now in my office where I have one of my candle lamps. It's just obviously sitting next to my computer here. Under this lamp, I have been warming HomeWorx Spiced Vanilla Pumpkin, which is delicious. I obviously have this in one of the very old hobnail formats. Usually the hobnail candles now don't come with a label on the front, which I love that he made that change. I really didn't like the labels on these. They're just such beautiful jars, and the hobnail design is definitely still one of my favorites. Anyway, this particular scent is definitely a fall fragrance from HomeWorx, but I really enjoy a lot of fall fragrances throughout the holidays from HomeWorx specifically. Their Harvest Leaves, their Autumn Pumpkin, those are both fragrances that I've been enjoying, throughout this holiday season here. And this pumpkin scent has also been a great addition to my holiday lineup. It's just a really beautiful gourmand, and it's one that I really hope sticks around from HomeWorx in the future. I have maybe one more layer of wax to melt after this one. So I will probably be finished with this candle before I film my next weekly home fragrance roundup for the new year. So I'm going to have to figure out a new candle to pop under this after I'm done with this one. But I really have enjoyed it. And if you can ever get your hands on this one, I honestly recommend it wholeheartedly. So it's a great scent. All right, let's move on. Welcome to the laundry room, where I am currently melting pumpkin pecan waffles from Bath & Body Works in this lovely candle crock of mine. This is not a crock that I can link for you. I always get questions about this particular crock, but it is many, many years old, and it is long discontinued. The crocks that I link in the description box down below are really great neutral options though. So there's an ivory as well as a white option. You'll actually see the ivory next when we go upstairs into my master bedroom. But I do wish that they would bring this particular design back. It is beautiful. Anyway, moral of the story is I have pumpkin pecan waffles in here, and I adore this scent. I will say I was burning this one, and unfortunately it ended up dudding out on me after the halfway point. It had those thick rope-like wicks that I absolutely despise, but that Bath & Body Works insists on using on all of the fragrance that I love, on all of the fragrances that I love, I guess I should say. So anyway, I feel like I'm still getting my money's worth out of this fragrance by just melting it in the candle crock, but I do wish that I could have actually burned it. So for what it's worth, this is smelling super, super good in here, and I think that I might have another probably 5 or 6 days with this one. I did pop it in here about 3 days ago. So yeah, it's still going quite strong at this point. So I anticipate, I'll definitely get through, most of next week with this one as well. So anyway, let's move upstairs. We are now at the top of the stairs here, where I have my Hestia candle lamp, and underneath this lamp, I have been melting HomeWorx Country Apple Butter. This is such an amazing, delicious fragrance from HomeWorx. It's been a few years since I feel like they have brought this one back. It's one that I'm rooting that we get back in 2025 for the fall season. It's really delicious and super authentic. I could have very easily burned this one this last fall, but I just decided to try to continue to hold on to it. But as most of you who have been here for the past year know, I've been trying to whittle down specifically my HomeWorx candle collection. And one of the ways that has worked really well for me in terms of whittling this collection down is obviously burning the candles. but then also melting them underneath my lamps. The lamps that I personally have are all 50 watt, and quite frankly, the strength and throw underneath a 50 watt lamp is quite good for pretty much all of the HomeWorx fragrances that I've melted. And I really like that. I feel like I get a little bit more life out of the candles in terms of the home fragrance output. I feel like they last longer than if I were to actually light the wicks and have the wax dissipate. So anyway, love this one and would really love to see the fragrance return for fall 2025. So we'll see what Harry decides to bring back this next fall. All right, we have 2 more Crocs, so let's check those out. Okay, I lied. This is actually the last crock we're going to be taking a look at because I don't actually have anything going in the crock in the back bedroom. So this is the ivory candle crock that I have linked down below in the description box. And this is also the candle crock that lives in our master bedroom. And in here I have, I'm just going to lift it up a little bit so that you can see at least the top of the jar here. This is my Nest Spiced Orange and Clove. I picked up several of these at Nordstrom Rack. I'm not sure if they're still available there, but they were a good price point. This spiced orange or orange pomander fragrance from Nest was actually released a few years ago. I think it was only out for a season or 2 before Nest discontinued it. And then randomly it showed up at Nordstrom Rack. Now it's not in the typical holiday packaging. So, well, the box had the typical holiday packaging, but the inside has the like just year-round striped design instead of, you know, like the typical like gold accents that Nest will put on the holiday candles. So anyway, I don't know why these ended up at Nordstrom Rack, but I was happy to see them there. So I think I still have 4 left that I will probably utilize next holiday season. This one was burning just fine. In fact, I was also burning it over New Year's Eve and Christmas Day. But I just decided, you know, I have a lot of other candles that I'm trying to finish up this week just by burning them. And I needed something for the crock in the master bedroom. So I just brought this one up here and we are enjoying this lovely orange and clove fragrance while we are hanging out in bed at night watching TV before passing out. So anyway, that is everything in terms of crocks and lamps and what's currently burning. So let's head downstairs and chat about the rest of the home fragrance picks from this past week. I hope you guys enjoyed that little tour of what is currently burning and melting around the house. It smells really darn good, if I do say so myself. So this week between Christmas and New Year's, basically I am just trying to finish up a lot of the holiday home fragrance that I have going. I typically don't like to put away candles that are burned unless it's some kind of specialty candle. So for example, my Voluspa Noble Fir Garland, there's no way that I could get through an entire Voluspa hearth candle in one holiday season. So that is one where I will put it away until next year at this point, but just all of my regular sized candles, anything that I don't finish burning, I will be trying to either crock or melt in some kind of other way, just to get it through the system, you know, before we get too far into the new year. I tend to be one of those people that gets really bummed out after the holidays because it's my favorite time of year. I obviously love to decorate my house. I put a lot of stuff up, and it just bums me out that I only have essentially 2 months out of the year to enjoy all of this beautiful holiday decor that I have collected over the years. Honestly, it just makes me so happy. And when I have to put it away after the new year, it just really bums me out. I know a lot of people in the past have told me to just keep the tree up, but like, it kind of weirds my family out, and I'm not the only person that lives in this house. I try to be, you know, respectful of my husband and my daughter, and they would just prefer that, you know, after like January 5th that we start putting the Christmas stuff away and kind of getting things back to normal. So, and I think it's a good way to, you know, kind of get a fresh start for the new year anyway. So while I'm not looking forward to it, it always bums me out. And I just don't like having the reminder from the holidays in terms of the fragrances that I burn during the holidays, pretty seasonal when it comes to that kind of stuff. So I just like to transition to something that is a little bit more, you know, neutral, and maybe some stuff that I would burn more during the rest of the year. So, but this, like I said, this week between Christmas and New Year's, I'm just gonna try to enjoy as much of this stuff as I can. I did actually finish a couple of candles this week, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started with what I finished this week. So first things first, I did finish my second vintage pomander of this holiday season, so I burned through 2. If you are not familiar, this is a Kringle candle that I actually got to collab with alongside Kringle, and I essentially got to create my own dream holiday fragrance. And it's vintage pomander. By the way, if you are a big fan of Away in a Manger, which is a part of just the regular holiday lineup at this point, Away in a Manger was one of the samples that the Kringle perfumers sent my way when we first started the process of coming up with this collab fragrance. I really loved Away in a Manger, but it wasn't quite the orange pomander that I was personally thinking about. But I'm really glad that Kringle decided to keep that one around, because it is a lovely scent. And if you haven't tried that one, if you can get it during this like incredible clearance sale that Kringle is having right now, it's definitely worth picking up. And even if you're saving it for next holiday season, the price point of these Kringle sales right now, they are fabulous. So anyway, but vintage pomander is my collab candle. This is one of my favorite candles of all time. I mean, obviously it would be weird if it wasn't. I just adore, it's a really fresh, juicy take on an orange pomander. There's a little bit more focus on the orange note versus like a heavy clove note in this one. Clove is definitely present, but I'm someone who prefers the orange over the clove, but I do recognize that clove needs to be present. So this also has just a light hint of like a holiday tree note, as well as a touch of vanilla. It is honestly one of my favorite fragrances ever. Even if this wasn't something, you know, that was like my collab scent, I think I would still absolutely adore this particular fragrance. So I finished this one actually the day after Christmas. So luckily I was able to get through Christmas Day with this one. Love it. It is still available in the reserve line, so if you would like to pick it up next holiday season, it should still be there. And yeah, I know that I'll be enjoying this one again next year. I did buy myself another 6 once it came back into stock right before this holiday season, so I am definitely set until next year, when I'll probably buy another 6 just to have on hand. That is the one candle that I am allowing myself to have extras of. Just because, you know, obviously while Kringle did promise that they would bring it back this holiday season, I don't know if it's going to be around for forever, right? Like companies discontinue fragrances all the time. So I just want to make sure that I have as many on hand as I can possibly get. So finished that one this week. And I also finished probably my second favorite Kringle fragrance of all time. I don't know what made me fall in love with this as much as I did this year, but oh my gosh, I love this particular fragrance. And it's kind of funny that it's from the Country Candle line, because out of the Kringle candle products that are available, I'm much more of a Kringle girly versus a Country Candle girly. But this scent, Christmas Time in the City, just rocked my world this year. I will say I was surprised at how much wax was left at the bottom here, but you know, the flames did reach the wick clips, so this candle actually extinguished itself. So I'm not sure whether I want to melt this little bit in the bottom. I could probably just pop it into a candle crock and get like a couple days out of it, and I might be tempted to do that. But also, if I don't, it's fine. I'll buy this one again for sure in the future. In fact, if the candle sale is still around the day after New Year's, or New Year's Day, if you will, then my candle budget resets at that point. So I will absolutely be picking up more of this. It is so good. This is absolutely such a stunning holiday fragrance. There's an in-depth review of it, so check that out if you're interested. I do have a Kringle and a Country Candle playlist, but I was just really impressed with how clean the burn of this was, and just how it was great. Strength and throw was also phenomenal for this one, so probably one of the better experiences in terms of strength and throw that I've had this year from Country Candle. Listen, Country Candle is usually around a 6, 6.5, 7 in terms of strength and throw for me, which isn't bad. Like I don't consider that bad. But this one was definitely a step above that, and just a stunning fragrance. So finished that. And then the third candle that I finished this past week was this Bath & Body Works Cozy Sunday Night that I actually picked up in the fall. But when I was burning it in the fall, I was like, this smells like a really great holiday scent. So I kind of put it away after I reviewed it and decided I kind of want to burn this the week of Christmas. And I'm really glad that I did save it. The notes read warm cinnamon, crystallized ginger, and vanilla bean. But honestly, I feel like this somehow ended up smelling like a really beautiful holiday tree scent. I don't know how. There's no balsam, there's no pine, there's no fir, there's no spruce. There's nothing that remotely resembles a tree note mentioned here, but it totally smells like a holiday tree scent. And I loved it. And it's all done. And this was a candle that I was able to burn all the way to the end here. So last burn was a little messy, but that's fine. By the way, I am completely skipping the Bath & Body Works SAS sale. I know that is happening now, but I've decided that other than just some new things that are coming out from Bath & Body Works this next year, I'm gonna try to review some other candle companies in favor of Bath & Body Works. Not that I'm not gonna have any Bath & Body Works related content, but I find that they tend to put out a lot of the same fragrances time and time again. And I don't like to re-review fragrances that I've already reviewed unless they tweak them or something is drastically different. Yeah, there's lots of new candle companies that I'm interested in trying in 2025. And by the way, for those that were interested in my candle budgeting video, sorry that I didn't get that up last Sunday. I'm actually going to try to get that filmed for tomorrow. So here's hoping I can get it done. Yeah, because I really do want to share that with you guys. I am very strict about my candle budget. I've received a lot of questions about it recently, and I think especially as we head into the new year, it's important to think about things like how much money you are spending on the fun, frivolous things in life. You know, I think it's important to also make sure that you are saving money for a rainy day, that you are putting money into retirement and all this stuff. So I have some very strict rules in place for myself when it comes to this home fragrance stuff. I do spend a fair amount of money on it, but there is only a set amount of dollars that I allow myself to spend every single year. And once I run out, I can't buy anymore. So I have mostly run out for this year. Actually, I still had probably another, like, I think it was either $45 or $50 left for my budget from 2024. But at this point, I am just carrying that over into next year. But I will talk about how I budget, how I decide, you know, where I'm gonna spend my money in that video tomorrow. And hopefully that's helpful to some of you that are really kind of looking to rein in some of your spending. But it might be a tough conversation for some of you, especially if you tend to have a lot of that like FOMO type feeling, or if you have that, you know, you only live once type attitude, you know, that will definitely affect how much you probably spend on home fragrance related stuff. So I don't know. I had to have a really tough conversation with myself, you know, several years ago when my candle collection got really out of control. And I just put some rules in place for myself, and it's actually worked out really well for me. So I will share what I do in that video, and hopefully that helps you in the next year. Because I know that, you know, budget stuff is never a fun conversation, but I do think it's an important conversation to have. So we all love this fun, frivolous stuff here, but I think we need to kind of partake within reason. So yeah, let me know if you have any candle goals specifically around that for 2025. I know some of you do, because we've kind of been talking over on Instagram about reining in some home fragrance related spending. Sorry, Alf is adjusting himself here and he's sitting on my shirt. All right, let's keep talking about these candles here. This is cinnamon spiced vanilla. I was burning this over Christmas as well. I love this one. This one I will say is quite light, but it was kind of a pleasant, like, accompanying fragrance for a lot of the tree stuff that I was burning. This is basically the cinnamon sugared vanilla. I'm pretty sure it used to be called cinnamon sugared vanilla or something, but it's cinnamon spiced vanilla now. Anyway, I still love the scent. It is delightful. So I think I purchased this in the fall. Yeah, it's got some fall packaging on it. Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
Good. She's awake, you guys. Oh, you have?
Yeah.
It's like past noon and you're just now coming downstairs.
Because I heard that you were recording.
Oh, okay. Well, you can walk around the house.
Okay.
All right, let's keep going. If you're new here, that's my daughter Stella. She is almost 13. She's a big girl. Okay, so the cinnamon spiced vanilla, delightful, loved it. Are you gonna sit back down in my lap now? You're not gonna hang out with sister? All right, he's coming back. Here we go. Okay, Marshmallow Fireside. Love this one, and I also loved the packaging. This, what do they call this? The core packaging really is my favorite, where you just get like a solid color jar and then these really beautiful, simple labels on the front. I wish Bath & Body Works would just do this type of packaging at this point. But anyway, Marshmallow Fireside. We all know what it smells like. It's been burning like a champ. Like, really good experience with this one. Yeah, so good. I love that sweet kind of gooey marshmallowy note in here. And then just that perfect like touch of like a hearth type note. Delicious, loved it. Sorry about that little interruption there. I have actually been sick most of this week. Leave it to me to get sick the week of Christmas. But I managed to catch this cold somewhere along the line, and for the most part, I actually feel fine. But I have this really wicked cough that just kind of hits me out of nowhere periodically, and it's literally the most annoying thing. Anyway, just had a coughing attack. Hopefully that's the last one here until the end of the video. Okay, also this past week, I was burning HomeWorx Praline Pecan. This is a really lovely nutty pecan scent. I adore this so much. It's honestly one of the most delicious, like, nutty candles that I think I've ever smelled in my life. I will say I'm not a fan of the label. It looks like the top of a pecan pie, which, I don't know, it just grosses me out. I don't know what it is about pecan or pecan pie, but I just don't think it looks appetizing. My husband loves it. Oh my gosh, he loves him some pecan pie. He actually did not get it for Christmas this year because my mom made Apfelkuchen, so a German apple cake. He definitely ate the cake. He has a sweet tooth, but I think he was missing his pecan pie. So I don't know, maybe I should be a good wife and make him some for New Year's. He really does get bummed about it. But anyway, at least he got to enjoy the fragrance of pecan pie, even though he didn't get to eat it. All right, the last candle that I want to talk about is, this is just the lid. I basically just bring in the lid when I've been doing these videos because this thing is so massive. This is the lid to my Voluspa Noble Fir Garland. You guys, I made it to the halfway point now. This is the second holiday season with this Voluspa Hearth candle of this particular fragrance. And I have no regrets spending the money that I did on this one, you guys. This is one of the most beautiful holiday tree fragrances of all time. A gorgeous performance, and the vessel to die for. The whole thing is this pattern, and it's embossed, and it's got these little like gold beads that kind of, you know, are interspersed throughout this little fan design here. It's just an absolutely stunning design, and it's taking everything in me to not go to Bloomingdale's and to purchase, if it's even still in stock. I did see it in stock a couple days ago, but Bloomingdale's actually has this candle on sale right now, and oh my gosh, I won't need one for another 2 years because like I said, this is my second year with this one and I am still only at the halfway point. Now I'll probably burn it a couple more times before the new year, but I'm certainly not going to be finishing it. But it was worth every penny investing in this. I did recently purchase 2 more Voluspa Hearth candles to enjoy this spring and summer. And they're such beautiful candles, you guys. Definitely worth checking out. And I will be trying more from Voluspa in the new year for sure. That is one of those candle companies that I'm really getting into at this point. So yeah, speaking of Voluspa, I did forget to bring 2 candles in here. So I'm just going to tell you guys, in the downstairs powder room, I was burning, it's kind of alternating between the Voluspa Gilt Pomander and Hinoki and the Voluspa Peppercorn Silver Birch or Silver Birch Peppercorn. I think it's Silver Birch Peppercorn. Both really great holiday fragrances. They're not my favorite holiday fragrances from Voluspa. Definitely that Noble for Garland is, but they are 2 really great fragrances that I think would actually be lovely if you are willing to burn those holiday tree type scents into the new year. They're really, really beautiful. So if you can find those on some kind of sale somewhere, they're absolutely worth checking out. And I think, like I said, a lot of you guys would enjoy burning those, even though the holiday season is coming to a close. So, all right, we have one more thing to discuss, and it is the wax melts. So here we have my little tub of waxy goodness, and we're gonna discuss some scentsy from this past week. I'm not a scentsy consultant. I purchase all of my scentsy through my best friend, Lisa Rowberry. She is who I have linked down below, but you can also find a local scentsy consultant by going to the main Scentsy website and popping in your zip code under the search a consultant tab that they have there. And it will spit out all of the people that are super local to you, and you can go through and find someone that you feel a connection with. But Lisa is my connection. She's also my best friend. So anyway, let's see what I bought from Lisa that I melted this past week. We've got quite a bit that I was kind of going through, so we've got some stuff to discuss here. Oh, I forgot. Oh, I totally forgot to do the breakfast blend. Okay, well, we're gonna be doing breakfast blend alongside Happy Birthday, probably when I change my wax out tomorrow. So yeah, anyway, I was totally gonna do this on Christmas, but I didn't get around to it. It's fine, it's fine. Okay, is that everything? Oh, toasted apple butter. Okay, here we go. All right, let's start here. Sparkling spiced citrus. Love it. I love this. This is such a beautiful, bright, vibrant, but a little perfumey orange. It's lovely. There is definitely some spice notes in here, but really the focus is that orange, and we all know that I'm obviously a big fan of orange. So to be able to have something that I can melt alongside that vintage pomander was so good. That combo of those 2 this week was absolutely delightful. I did have this one actually going on Christmas Day. It was not my intention to bust this one out for Christmas Day, but I ended up doing that, and oh my gosh, it went so well, like I said, with the vintage pomander. Also, I busted out this Bring Back My Bar in Mandarin Moon. Now, I know that I bought this like several years ago. I've just been hanging on to it. Again, it's another kind of perfumey citrus. This one smells like it has, I don't think it's really patchouli, but it's a really kind of deep, like interesting muskiness that runs through the mandarin note on this one. I really like it. I actually have this going in some of my warmers today, and it is really, really lovely. So that's a great one. Specifically on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, I was doing these. So I had 2 of the Balsam Spice, which is so lovely, you guys. This is straight up balsam with just a hint of like a nutmeg And I feel like there's some cardamom in here as well. It's not really cinnamon heavy. I feel like it's more so like a cardamom and nutmeg spice combo here, but it's incredibly beautiful. So this is delightful. And then of course, very snowy spruce, which is just a wonderful, straight up true, warm, indoor, like fresh tree scent. I don't have fresh trees. These are all fake. I decorate way too early for Christmas to be able to do real trees. Also, there's a lot of bugs and mess that comes with a real tree. And yeah, at this age, I like to limit what I have to clean up because there's just a lot to clean up every day anyway. So, okay, a couple more bars here. Now this one I only used 2 cubes out of, but this is Frosted Fantasy. I think this was actually... Was this leftover from the week before? It may have been. I actually really like this. This doesn't really smell like a tree scent. It's kind of a fresh, perfumey scent. I think this might actually be a great one for January. So I think I'm going to go ahead and pop this back into the little box here. But yeah, I will definitely finish that, I think, probably after New Year's. And this one here, the Toasted Apple Butter, I busted this one for this week as well. This is actually going in a couple of warmers right now. Oh man, this is good. This really truly does smell like toasted apple butter. It's so rich. The apple, there's a baked apple note in here that is just so absolutely lovely. I cannot even put it into words. And I think they should just make this like a staple. Just leave it out year round. Just let me buy it whenever I need it, because I do think that even though this definitely is like a holiday or fall vibe for me, I think that I could see myself warming this at other times of the year as well. It's just so well done. And it's been a really good performer too. I just love it. Anyway, that's it. That's everything. That's all of the home fragrance from the week of Christmas, the last full week of the new year. I cannot wait to continue to share more home fragrance related content with you guys in 2025. If there are any specific brands that you would like to see me review, let me know. I definitely have my own list, but I am open to suggestions. Other home fragrance related content, if you'd like to see some different home fragrance related videos, if you have some ideas, let me know. I have a lot of fun with the content that I do here on YouTube, and I love being able to share this stuff with all of you, and the engagement that you guys, you know. Okay, sorry, one more little coughing attack, but we're almost done. So lastly, I just wanted to thank you guys one more time for all of your participation this year here on my channel. I have had so much fun making home fragrance related content this year, and I really look forward to continuing that in 2025. I'm certainly not going anywhere anytime soon. I've always said, as long as I have fun with this YouTube hobby of mine, I'll continue to do it. But as soon as it stops being fun, then I won't do it anymore. So I'm still having a great time. And a lot of that has to do with all of the fantastic engagement and interaction that I get from you guys. I've said this many times before, but I don't have a lot of friends in my real life who are as passionate about home fragrance as I am. So it's wonderful to be able to come to this platform here and connect with all of you and talk about, you know, all of the like silly things, you know, that have to do with candles, you know, candles that dud out, candles that perform really well, candles that smell absolutely amazing, candles that smell like absolute hot garbage. Like, it's so fun having a group of people to kind of share this whole, you know, home fragrance world with, who appreciate it the same way that I do. So thank you again from the bottom of my heart for all of your participation in my channel this year, whether it's giving my videos a thumbs up, whether it's subscribing, whether it's leaving a comment, or whether it's just being a silent watcher. I appreciate all of you guys, and I look forward to hopefully getting to know many of you a little bit better in 2025. So yeah, I'm looking forward to a new year, and I hope that you are as well. So much love to you, and safe and happy holiday celebrations. And yeah, let me know what you're burning this past week in the comments down below. All right, I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye, Alf. Toodaloo.